coffee van. Controls spinning like the best they plan. His life is fine. Helly Willy, Helly Willy, Helly Willy, Helly. She's going overseas to seek out a cooler breeze. Goes down to the chapel to appease the JCs, but the trapeze swinger beats her to the punch. He offers consolation and they go out to lunch. On the high seas, eat a fancy cheese. The trapeze swinger is at ease. Nearly cools him down.
Show the shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. Music today is being brought to you by Carrie Kano, and that was his first song, or her first song. I don't know how Carrie is meant. Hillbilly Willie. That's right, you guys are enjoying Hillbilly Willie. Just letting you know. I'm getting a little bit of a reverb here on my set here. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit here. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Like I said, I don't know whether or not you guys could hear it, but it was like deafening me over here, so that's not good. Welcome back to everybody. Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. I know it's been about a week and almost a week and a half since a week and a half since last time I spoke with you. Sorry about the delay, but just a lot of shit going on. Work shit, which we can all relate to. Also, looking for work shit, which we can all relate to. I still have a job, but I need to get a more steady source of income until this little web radio thing pans out for me or not. And just just reconnecting with the Russian. Things are better now that I'm working again, which is really great. But it's not 100% fix. I don't think that we're breaking up anytime soon. I think that we're still pretty solid. The rug burns, tell me that much from this weekend. But getting back to a reasonable facsimile of normal life in a normal relationship, whatever the fuck that is, let's see here. Before I get into today's topics and all that, Oscar party with my psychic reading part 2, which I will be talking about quite a bit extensively today. Something that happened to me about the last time that I spoke with you guys. That was about Friday and a half ago. I went to get the Russian's car washed, and I was getting my own car washed, and I brought the dog with me. And, I dropped off the car because we were getting the full interior and exterior wash. I took the dog out for a walk. As I'm walking along, some guy on a skateboard starts coming towards me, and I've already have a bag of dog shit in my hand. To which, so I start to move over to let him by, and then the guy starts fucking yelling at me. He's like, "What the fuck, man? Why don't you just keep walking? Why do you have to stop fucking there, man?" And to which I respond very maturely by, "Hey, go fuck yourself. I got a bag of dog shit that I want to throw into the fucking garbage can." And he's like, "Fuck you." I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch. You know what? You're fucking over 30. You're not Tony Hawk. Go fuck yourself and your skateboard." And then I find myself turning around to go after this guy, to which he flips me off and keeps skating even faster. He's on the downhill. The only way I could have caught him if I was let my dog off the leash, and believe me, I thought of it. I so wanted to just you're a real tough guy when you're running away. People are so fucking tough when they're running away from you. It's like, "Hey, I'll kick your ass next time." Just felt I needed to get that off my chest. Just a little bit. Oh, my God. Let's dive right into the psychic reading part 2. Last time, my friend Thinkerbell gave us the psychic reading, the numerology aspect of it, and now we're going to do the tarot card aspect of it. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. Let's see what the cards have in store for me. All right. Okay. According to this is Thinkerbell writing to me. The world is your oyster. In the present, you are enjoying increased popularity, and the door is still open for more extensions that can include more people and places. However, the tarot suggests the need of you to do it full successfully flow is too tense and advise you to forget about the success element. And let it happen naturally, as trying to succeed pushes you hard and disturbing you simply to enjoy this glory. This glory. Probably, so ease down, do it for fun, and do not try harder to be the most successful guy in the world. Okay, I get that. Okay, the card's telling me that, I'm going to be successful no matter what, but it's better if I don't try to be successful. If I just do what I do and enjoy what I'm doing, the success will follow. That's what I'm getting out of there. It's not that you can't have it, but why not enjoy what it comes with? Not so many plans, or in short world, you are doing very well. Stop over-stressing yourself about it and simply do what you do knowing is the perfect as it is. Okay, all right, I get that. The card suggests that recently you were not only a peacemaker and a messenger to many others, but that this is a reward time and you need to stand a chance to see things pan out just as you wanted them when you work so hard for them to happen. So once again, no need to work hard to become the perfect, because the benefit you enjoy currently are fruits of long, hard-earned dedication. And when reward time is here, we do not need to work harder to prove ourselves that, you already did that. Now sit back and enjoy this good time. Well, I'm looking forward to enjoying my good time. Just hard to enjoy the good time when you've got no money in your pocket. Let's see. According to this, I own a reputation of a justice fighter. People get this from the way that from me right away when they meet me, but in my head, I'm a great joker, avoiding taking things too seriously, mostly because I want to know where all this is going, and it's like you came to this existence to share your experience with others about not having to learn anything new, so it's been very funny at times. So basically, again, going back to the old soul aspect of the numerology, I've been here, I've done that, and I find it funny that people don't already get what it is I already know. However, my dear, as you own the mind of a real joker, there's still a need for you to take yourself just a little bit more seriously, in case other assholes out there will really think you're constantly joking and will fail to take you seriously enough to enjoy your teachings. Now, I've often found this to be true. Many times in my life, I've tried to impart a certain amount of wisdom that came from experience, but a lot of people don't take me seriously because, you know what, I am a jokey kind of guy. And it's hard to take a joker seriously. And my opinion has always been, always take the jokers seriously, especially the ones that are sharper than you are. And that's the problem. You don't know when they're sharper than you are. The best jokers on the planet always make you think that you're smarter than they are. Now, here's something that shocked me, according to Tinkerbell. I admit, and it is the fact that you are actually surrounded by people who dearly love you and look with admiration at you for relationship advice. I don't know why that should be shocking, but okay. I swear I would never think to get advice from you on my relationship because personally, I think you won't know how to get too romantic, but it seems your friend thinks that way different. So give them some loving, man, as they love you so much. And I am actually a very romantic kind of cat. Now, I am. I'm very big into the whole romance and loving and sweetness and caring and, just connecting. But I'm also a great big fan of, I'm just going to smash your face into the pillow and fuck you from behind. I'm into both of those, There's a time for lovemaking and there's a time for fucking. There is never a time for just sex. Sex is boring. Making love is interesting and it's sweet and it's caring. Fucking is hardcore and we all need it. I also love the card of wherever it is you call home, as it was, the Ace of Cups, which is really a card of overflowing emotions, and most of them are love. So maybe you are not doing nothing for Valentine's Day, but you're both obviously in love, admit it or not. Yes, me and my lady are obviously in love. I love her dearly. I love her immensely, and do not like the idea of being without her. And she tolerates my existence. Anyway, I was a bit concerned when I looked into your heart moves because the card suggested you can tend to suffer from it health-wise, and the other because there was slight bitterness hidden there, like you constantly thinking or fearing you are on the side that is giving a lot and not getting much in return. See, I'm going to disagree right there. I never feel as if I'm on the side that's giving too much. Never. I always feel I'm on the side of I'm not giving enough. No, not giving too much. I don't feel that I'm that generous. I often feel that I'm giving too little and getting too much in return, which she calls the victim feeling. And with that in mind, I will tell you that I say all my friends when they feel so. I don't feel like a victim. Honestly, I always feel like I'm the one taking advantage of others, especially when it comes to intimate relationships. First of all, there are no victims in emotional bond. We serve each other's needs, and if you happen to have the need to give and to give and to give, do not get all sad when you are not getting in return the same level of giving by others, simply because some of them can't do it, or do not want to, or do not, or never heard about being such a giver. All you can hope is that your giving will inspire them once someday. Yeah, okay. Another reason why I use the word giving is because many people tell themselves that they give so much, but if you give, then you can't expect any price, and it is giving, not a trade. Okay, I understand that. Giving is giving. It's not exchange. It's not a purchase of services or a product, And if you expect trade, then it's business, not giving. And then what you can do is to say to people that your expectation in return, and let them decide if they can't have your gifts because they have nothing to give in return. Again, not gifts if you expect something in return. Also, you should know that the card of the Hanged Man, well, what a shock, showed on your heart simply saying sacrifice things is your basic nature. Although you would not like to admit it, you are a soft butter heart person, and this will eventually reward you with a nice karma as the Hanged Man hanging upside down, but he got the aura of Jesus around his head just because he was so holy in his sacrifice. Look at that. I told you I was a holy man. See that? You guys don't know. And as for the coming future, there will be a decision needed to be made to take in about money and work in the coming 2 months. Take the decision you feel is more correct. Trust your guts and don't avoid it longer than the coming 2 months. As soon as you will do it, you will see that you can experience material stability better than ever, and will prove to your own self that yes, you are a kind of wizard in regard to knowing the future. Well, that's good news, isn't it? I like that. Health-wise, vitamin B12 is your main good supplement. Well, see, this is true because I drink too much. And B vitamins are one of the biggest components of recovery from a hangover. As I take a swig of beer. As I am not a vegetarian, she says that she can allow me one red meat big steak a week. I think they will call it the ribeye or New York, and it's the easiest way to obtain strong iron levels rapidly. Well, yes, there is. But that's still a little too limited for me. I also allowed myself some shuffling about the coming year in general just to satisfy my curiosity. So in regard to February and March 2014, they are fertility time. If you are not planning on kids, watch it. LOL. But the fertility does not always speak of pregnancy. It brings fertility in all aspects of financial, career, and more, and grant you the feeling of complete reward for your efforts. Well, that's good news. With that in mind, April and May predicted a creative project, maybe something new or change in my career that result in the feeling of actual rebirth during June and July, and the receiving of good news long waited for. With the idea that around August and September being my birthday, will be a great time to travel toward and with loved ones, I can tell you clearly that the coming 8 months look fucking awesome. Those are her words. Look fucking awesome for you. And it's not me trying to tell you only good news. It's simply what the cards suggest. Well, bravo for me. But as you know, nothing is perfect in our world, and the months of October and until January were not so sweet in aspect and predicted some trouble with health, especially when it comes to the lower part of the body, meaning liver, kidney, or urine system. Well, thanks a lot, Tinkerbell. You will have to be more careful about this and very attentive. But you know what? Those are also around the time that drinking and drug use goes into high gear. So it makes sense that liver, kidneys, and urine system would be affected right around that time, which is also the time around the time when I have the most sex. Do your best not to experience sex with strangers. Okay. That can bring easily suffering from STD. This will be the most important time to remember part of the year, as you will have to watch it and be more aware than usual to cross it safely. So when things look good, and I don't care if people remember my reads, but when times are less positive, I like for them to remember to be more careful about it, so they won't have to go through the negative experiences. As I've seen predicted health problems, I shuffled the cards a bit more about your general health to see if they will hint to me about it, and do not see any hardcore diseases right now, although it looks like your back needs some attention, and mostly you need to protect your liver. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've always had back troubles because I used to play a lot of basketball when I was younger, and I just threw myself into the game. So, yeah, back problems are really not a shocker. And, protecting my liver, well, I don't need to get into that now. If you suffer from procrastination, this is true. This is a good time to give your liver full attention and nurture it strongly, because that is a sign of liver slowing down. And do not relate to your drinking, as I am telling you, in Mexico, people drink like camels, and not always they get sick, like general alcoholics. LOL. That's it. I'm dying of liver disease, and she's going LOL on my ass. They must be having some sort of genetic strength about them. On purpose, I did not check your love life. I consider that invading privacy and not doing it unless you ask me to, which in this case I will need the name and birth date of the Russian. But I know I mentioned you would prefer to avoid all kind of romantic BS expression. Please do not. I know it's silly. I know it can look stupid to you, but it's nice to snuggle. Say I love you tones at times, and bring flowers if you want to save money. There are many ways you can pick flowers outdoors, paint something, or write little pink notes about it when you are not home and she is coming home, etc. When you are home. Okay. You know how it is done, and you will see as stupid as it feels. It helplessly makes you smile, and God forbid, and feel actually pure shot of happiness. Okay, wrapping up here. I think that is the most of it for doing what I call cold reading, and you do not have to become a believer, but we'll be happy to hear feedback, good or bad. In my job, you never stop learning, so if you got to teach me something new, do it. And you can talk straight shit to me if needed. I prefer that way more than flattery, although flattery can get you anywhere with me. LOL again. See ya, or in our world, it's actually read, hear ya soon. Tinkerbell. Thank you, Tinkerbell. Thank you, Tinkerbell. And with that, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll go over it a little bit before we continue. This is more Carrie Cano and their song, Baby.
I don't know. I just don't know about this song. You need a record. Okay, let's start.
Should love Joe the Shirts off the cuff. That's right. God damn it. Welcome back, everybody, to Joe the Shirts off the cuff. That was what was that? Baby by Carrie Cano. It's you know what? It's you're not going to believe what comes up next from this guy, okay, or this chick, or this band, or whatever it is. We were just finishing up my psychic reading part 2 from my pal Tinkerbell. By the way, guys out there, if you're looking to buy an official Joe the Shirts off the cuff t-shirt, just contact me. I'll figure out the process for you. Give me your info. I will send you a shirt. You give me money. And Tinkerbell is offering a free psychic reading to you guys as well. All right? it was interesting stuff. I got to say, it's I got the distinct feeling, that there was a lot of good stuff there that did relate to me in a lot of ways. I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you that, it could be a lot of luck. It could be random. It could be the fact that, she's been listening to the show and listening to me. So it's easy to get a read on me because, when you listen to somebody, I don't know, 100 fucking times, for 45 minutes, you get an idea of what it is their personality is like. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I could do a psychic reading on Rush Limbaugh right now without any training whatsoever. But I do thank Tinkerbell for this. It was a gang of fun. I enjoyed it a great deal. My girlfriend definitely enjoyed it. At the very least, if you don't believe in all this psychic reading stuff, much like I don't believe in it or, religion or God or anything like that, it's still fascinating stuff. I mean, I know more about the Catholic Church than most Catholics do. I know more about Judaism than most Jews do, okay? Because I find it fascinating stuff. It's interesting to me, And then I find this very interesting as well. And I really, really did enjoy it. So if you guys out there, Tinkerbell, look her up. She's one of my Facebook friends. Contact her. You want to get a psychic reading? Go for it. Or you know what you can also do? I'll tell you what. Actually, no, I can't do that right now. Some things I got to leave out. Anyway, I do want to talk very quickly about the Oscars. What a piece of shit. The Oscars this year were a complete piece of shit. Let me repeat that. 2014 Oscar Awards, complete piece of shit. They were the most boring Oscars I can recall in the last 20 years. And I'm talking, I saw David Letterman do the Oscars. I saw fucking James Franco do the Oscars. I mean, you don't get much worse than James fucking Franco, okay? It was just, no, but this was actually worse. And I'm not talking about Ellen DeGeneres either, who was, she was herself, she was Ellen DeGeneres. But there was, one of the things that my girlfriend and I are thinking to ourselves while we're watching, there is no wow moment at any point in the Oscars. No wow, no jolt, no surprise, no like, ooh, I mean, this is how lame it was. They did the In Memoriam. Nobody got applause. Typically speaking, when somebody really big, really famous, really meaningful to you shows up on the big screen there, people, they applaud. They go, oh God, we really miss him. And the more famous, the more significant they are, the louder the applause get. This year, the only person that got any applause was James Gandolfini, and it was muted applause. He was like the first one up. They were like golf clapping, And after that, all these other names came up, and nobody was applauding. Not even when Philip Seymour Hoffman came up at the end. Nothing at all. One of the things that I read about the Oscars before the telecast was that they were trying to make it a lot classier, a lot more rooted in tradition. And I'm like, that was, if by classy and traditional you mean boring as fuck, well, woo! Yeah, you did it. Yeah, way to go. What a fucking boring piece of shit. You know what? I had more chills watching the Super Bowl this year, okay? What a piece of shit this was. The highlight, there are only two highlights in the entire Oscars this year. One is when Pink was singing Over the Rainbow because it commemorates 75 years since the movie came out. And that was one of the biggest highlights of the entire show. Great song, one of my faves. A great movie, one of my faves. Pink, love her. And she did a very wonderful rendition of it. Wonderful, yeah. And also when the pizza guy came in with the pizzas. That was... That was, I don't know if that ranked number 1 or number 2. I don't know. What Oscar moment do you think was better? Pink singing Over the Rainbow or the pizza guy delivering? And they were ordering from Mamas and Papas, which I don't know if they have on the East Coast, but we have it here on the West Coast here in California. And there's a Mamas and Papas like literally a half a block from where I live. And I've been getting pizza from them for years, and I do enjoy their pizza. It's pretty good. I've enjoyed it. Oh, getting a little reverb there. That's not good. Hold on, I gotta see if I can adjust this again. You know what? I think I know what's going on. I think somebody's actually vacuuming. Yeah, I think somebody's vacuuming, and that's where the reverb is coming from. My apologies. But yeah, the Oscars sucked. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. And really, and the Oscar acceptance speeches, boring as fuck. There was no fun, and it still ran over a half hour late. I don't even know why they bother anymore. Oh, this reverb is killing me. Yeah, something's going on where if I put it on the table, it sounds like shit. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can find a way to fix that during the break. I can't do it right now, unfortunately. My apologies. Any case, okay, the Oscars sucked. We've established that much. Now, where do I want to go with this? Okay. If by any chance you have a Capital One card, you may have gotten a very interesting. Yeah, somebody's vacuuming. Fuck my ass. Somebody's vacuuming. This is the risk we take when we live in a condo where people use a lot of cleaning ladies, vacuuming at before 8 in the morning. But if you have a Capital One card, you may have gotten a really creepy letter in the mail recently, or creepy email. The email or letter was to update specifics about the contract between you and Capital One. Quote, "We may contact you in any manner we choose." End quote. I'm like, really? And such contacts can include calls, emails, text, faxes, or a personal visit at your home and at your place of employment. Now, that scares the fuck out of me. Actually, it doesn't even scare me. It bothers me. The idea that Capital One thinks that, if they have an issue with me and, maybe I'm late on my payments, maybe I'm running a short balance or something, that they can just come to my place of employment or come to my home and just harass me that way. According to this, the police need a court order to pull off something like this. Even the Internal Revenue Service cannot visit you at home without an arrest warrant. All right. Now, this comes from the LA Times. David Lazarus, who does a Consumer Report, and he talked to the representatives from Capital One, and they told him, "Well, look, we're not really looking to visit you at your house or your place of employment. It's just something. It's just something that was written and said. We sent out. And the question is, well, why? Why would you send out this statement to anybody? If you never plan on using it." It's according to this, a credit card company, in theory, could reserve the right to visit your home or office without a court order. Okay, yeah. You know what? Okay, let's go with that. Let's say they decide, we're going to go visit your house because we are not a police entity. We're not a federal entity. We're not a city entity. We are just a financial entity. We are, legally speaking, they are considered individuals under the law. So, anybody could just really go to your place of business and say hello, But it is a form of harassment when you think about it, because let's say, you're at work and you've been having a couple of tough times financially. How would it look to your coworkers, your employees, your clientele when a credit card company shows up at your place of business demanding to talk to you? Well, that's when I call security and kick them the fuck out, is what happens there. And Capital One, once again, reiterates that they have no real intention of doing this. So the question is, why would you ever even include it in the body of the letter? They had no answer for this. Like I said, that kind of creeps me out. It doesn't scare me, but it does creep me out, But I don't believe that they're actually going to do this because, let's face facts, it costs a lot of money to send somebody physically over somewhere to go talk to somebody else. I think it's just a scare tactic to make sure that you pay your bills on time. And with that in mind, it's time for another break. Here's more Carrie Kano and their song, You Can Leave. But don't you leave. You keep listening in to Joe the Shirts Off the Cuff.
Yeah, some say I took it for granted. It didn't happen like that. People have to adapt to combat is what it is. You live or die, your liver's dry. Forgive or forget to live, so I'll die trying. I live in the moment of my choosing, like protozoa flow on Krakatoa Mount Fuji. Blew all her fuses last Tuesday, still bruised where I abuse pneumatic tubes. I'm ugly on the inside, on the outside I keep my mouth wide open and my mind wired shut. I hope the wind finds fire women to conspire with viable spirals. A new regime will wash a noodle clean with antihistamine. Can I twist up some greens and sweet dreams? Sweet pea, you speak to me when I pick a blue with you. Cerulean blue and beautiful in bamboo shoots and national lampoon moon boots. Let's blast off and slingshot until our wings get hot, get hot.
Once again, Show the Shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. Still having distinct issues with the reverb, most likely because somebody is vacuuming somewhere in the building. Not a soundproof environment, I know, but I usually don't get it this bad. Like I said, I don't know whether or not you guys can hear it. If you can, my apologies, but not much I can do about it. Now, okay. Let's see, what should I do? Should I do the internet? Should I do the Catholic Church? Let's do the Catholic Church, because Lord knows they love doing us. Okay, payouts in the scandals that rocked the United States on sexual abuse by Catholic priests, starting roughly a decade ago, have exceeded $740 million. According to this, LA's Catholic Archdiocese settled its last pending case in a scandal that cost the church $740 million. That's almost $1 billion. The church reached the $13 million settlement with 17 victims last week on the eve of a trial scheduled to begin February 14th over the alleged acts of Father Nicolas Aguilar Rivera, a visiting cleric from Mexico who police believed molested more than 24 boys over 9 months in 1987. Wow, that's a lot of boys in 1987. 11 men who were ages 7 to 12 when they were allegedly abused by the priest were scheduled to appear in court to testify that Cardinal Roger M. Mahoney and his aides had enabled the priest to flee just days before the police were notified. The settlement includes about $1 million for each of the 11 alleged victims of Aguilar Rivera, as well as lesser sums for 6 who say they were molested by other priests, said Anthony DeMarco, the attorneys for the victims. Okay. This is one of those things to me that I'm just like, God, I wish I was Catholic. Lord knows when I was between 7 and 12 years old, I was cute enough to get molested. I could use $1 million right now. Of course, I'm being flippant. You know, of course, I would never wish anything like that on anybody. But, you know, it does raise a lot of interesting questions. You know, why didn't you come up with this, you know, when it happened? Okay, it's easy. Okay, easy enough. They were kids. They didn't know what was wrong. Why didn't you come up with this when you were an adult? You know, and they were like, you know, in 87, you know, the youngest one was 7 years old. Okay, in 97, they were 17 years old, almost 18 years old. Why not then? Well, maybe the memory is too fresh. Okay, fine. Let's go with that. Let's come up with the year 2007. You know, at this point, you're 27 years old. Why not come up with it then? You know, And maybe that's when they did. But maybe they decided not to come up with it until, well, maybe I can get paid off for it. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm quite certain that it did. I'm just saying it's like, God, it being the year 2014 now like almost 30 years since the actual incidents, it makes you wonder, what are you suing for? I mean, you're not getting justice. It's not like these guys are going to jail. It's not like these guys are going to get punished for the things they did. You're just getting money. And there's a lot to be said for that. But when you think about it, when you think about all the physical, sexual abuse that has been incurred, and that's just the stuff we know about. Let's consider for a moment the stuff we don't know about. Let's think about the victims that don't come forward. All right, all the other stories that were just hidden away. I can guarantee you right now that for every story of sexual abuse that we know of from the Catholic Church, there's about 10 more that we don't know about easily. Okay, so $740 million. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, the Vatican is per square foot one of the richest cities in the fucking world. The Catholic Church is one of the richest entities in the fucking world. All right. So don't think that $740 million is hurting the Catholic Church any. All right. Now, swinging the other way. Wait, hold on, where did I go? Oh, I love this story. An 84-year-old nun was sentenced to nearly 3 years in prison for breaking into a nuclear weapons complex and defacing a bunker holding bomb-grade uranium. 2 other anti-nuclear activists who broke into the Oak Ridge facility with Megan Rice, that's the name of the nun, in 2012 were sentenced to more than 5 years in prison, in part because they had much longer criminal histories of mostly nonviolent civil obedience. Although the officials said they were never in any danger of the protesters reaching materials that could be detonated or made into a dirty bomb, the break-in raised in questions about the safety at the Y-12 National Security Complex, which holds the nation's primary supply of bomb-grade uranium and was known as the Fort Knox of uranium. Yeah, you know what? That'd be my main fucking focus right there. Not that, somebody came in and sprayed graffiti on your fucking tank, but that in one of the most sensitive places in the United States, fuck it, the world, where we have weapons-grade uranium, stuff that's used to wipe out cities and could wipe out all life on Earth if done the right way, an 84-year-old nun was able to crack your security. That's what you should be wondering about. In other news, we have convicted Norwegian mass killer Anders Behring Breivik says that he will go on a hunger strike unless he gets access to better video games, a sofa, and a larger gym. In a letter, Breivik said the hunger strike would continue until his demands were met or he died. Breivik's lawyer, Tom Jordet, confirmed that the letter was authentic and said his client was waiting for a response from prison authorities on 12 demands before deciding whether to begin a hunger strike during the next 8 weeks. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Breivik is a far-right extremist who is serving 21 years sentence for killing 8 people in a bombing at the government headquarters and 69 in a shooting rampage at the left-wing Labour Party's youth camp in 2011. So that's 77 people, of which he's serving a 21-year sentence for because, he's insane. And he wants better video games, a sofa, and larger TV, or he's going to go on a hunger strike. Geez, what to do? Go fuck yourself, Breivik. You know what? Go hungry. Don't eat anything. I'm fine with it. You don't have to spend money on feeding your dumb ass? Great. Go for it. Let's see. A woman is citing a cult, says that she's killed dozens. Pennsylvania police are contacting investigators around the country about a woman charged with killing a man after she met through Craigslist told the local newspaper that she was a prolific serial killer in a satanic cult. From Sunbury, Pennsylvania, police officer Travis Bremigan said he had notified the FBI as well as officials in North Carolina and Alaska. Miranda Barber, 19 years old, and a serial killer, had claimed she killed someone there. Where exactly? It's not clear. She just said in L.A. Barber, who says she started killing at the age of 13, gave a jailhouse interview to reporter Francis Scarella of the Daily Item in Sunbury on Friday night. Scarella told the Times that she sent him a letter asking to speak to him. She told him she had killed, quote, under 100, end quote, people, Scarella said, and added, I stopped counting after 22. Barber and her husband, Elliot Barber, 22, are charged with stabbing and strangling Troy LaFerrara, 42 years old, after meeting him November 11th through a Craigslist ad in which Barber reportedly offered LaFerrara companionship for money. So she posed as a hooker, lured this guy to wherever it is they met, and then her and her husband, 22-year-old, and her 19-year-old, stabbed him to death. Man, that Craigslist. You know, I used to hook up with people through Craigslist. I did. I went on dates. I had people come over for sex. We would smoke weed, and then they'd leave, and life was good. Now I got to worry about, getting killed. Oh my God. Let's see. What else do I want to go with you for? I'm almost out of time here, guys. It always bugs me how quickly time goes out here. Well, let's end this show on a high note. Let's talk about rape really quickly. Rape is one of those things, of course, that is absolutely terrible and it's horrible. But does it really matter to you where it happens? Like, say, what if you were on, I don't know, a cruise ship? Let me tell you a story. A cruise ship worker confessed to raping a passenger and trying to throw her overboard from her stateroom balcony. The victim told FBI agents that her attacker appeared in the middle of the night with no warning inside her darkened room, where he raped her, beat her, and strangled her, and then tried to throw her from the balcony into the ocean somewhere off Honduras. The worker, one Ketut Pujayasa, 28 years old, was detained on the ship, the Nieuw Amsterdam, and arrested by the FBI when the ship returned to Fort Lauderdale, Florida on Sunday. He faces charges of attempted murder and aggravated sexual abuse. The victim, a 31-year-old American identified only by her initials in court, her court record said she lost consciousness at least once during the assault and believed her attacker was trying to kill her. Pujayasa, an Indonesian citizen who worked as a room service attendant, said he was punishing the woman because he believed she had insulted him and his family. He told the agents that when he delivered breakfast to the woman's stateroom Thursday, he knocked 3 times before the passenger acknowledged him. He says he heard a woman's voice saying, quote, "Wait a minute, son of a bitch," end quote. Pujayasa stated that the passenger's comment was offensive to himself and his parents. He was angry and upset the rest of the day. That night, the worker used his company-issued master key to get into the woman's stateroom. He told agents that when the woman returned, he began choking her and punching her. He said he struck her with several items, including a laptop computer and a curling iron, and that he used the phone cord and curling iron cord to try to silence her screams and yells for help. Unable to silence the victim, Pujayasa told investigators that he attempted to conceal his involvement by trying to throw her overboard. He then fled naked from the waist down, jumping from balcony to balcony until he broke into another occupied stateroom and fled to the interior of the ship. When he returned to his staff cabin, he told his roommate to contact ship security because he had killed a passenger. Wow. I'm thinking if you're going to go through that much trouble, man, deny it. Seriously, I'm not saying that what you did was right. But you tried to, you raped her, you beat her, you tried to kill her, you tried to throw her off the fucking ship, and then you escaped, half naked, when you get to your stateroom, your roommate says, "Hey man, put your ass up, what's going on?" "Nothing, got laid." Just go with that. Don't tell people the truth at that point. Deny everything. She couldn't see you, she said it was dark, you could have gotten away with it. Of course I kid. It's wrong, it's awful, it's terrible. but it does happen. Makes you. It used to be, cruise ships were considered safe. Now they're like, now you're getting raped and beaten and murdered, and they're tipping over and sinking, and fucking Somalian pirates are attacking your ass. Shit, man. I'm never going on a cruise. And finally, we are done for the day. We have one more song by Carrie Kano. It's called In the Barrio. Thank you for listening. I've enjoyed being back and look forward to being back again much sooner than later. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I've been off the cuff.